Guys, I'm joined by an MMA flyweight. He's one of the best flyweights in our sport, has captured the LFA championship along with other highlights, I'm sure, in his pro career. He recently made his UFC debut. But what many don't know, right, is the crazy story leading up to that very fight. It's something we're going to discuss today. Carlos, Francisco, how are you guys doing today?
Good. Good to having us here, man. How are you guys doing?
Everything good.
Yeah, and we're excellent, man. We're good here. Fighting through a little bit of the cold weather. You guys are in Las Vegas. How's that weather over there? How's it treating you?
Actually, it's pretty cold right now, man. It was a very quick exchange of, a temperature. You go one day of 120 and the other day is 50. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. It's kind of similar here in New Jersey, so I guess I don't feel so bad anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got used to that.
I'd like to maybe ask a couple questions, regarding the last fight, see where Carlos is at on that. And, I kind of want to start off by saying, or by asking rather, when the opportunity came about, when was contact made for Carlos to make his UFC debut? Because it was a short notice fight.
Como é que foi essa coisa? Ele vai falar sobre muitas coisas e a chamada do UFC para você, quanto tempo eles chamaram antes dessa luta?
Então, estava no Brasil, né? Estava de férias com a minha família, minha filha, minha esposa. E uma semana, né, para a luta, na verdade, foi 5 dias. 5 dias para a luta. Eu recebi a ligação do meu empresário e eu comecei a cortar o peso, me preparar, porque eu não estava treinando, né, para a luta. Ele estava longe do meu treinador, então foi uma loucura, mas a gente fez o máximo que pôde.
It was pretty crazy. It was like a 6 days notice. I was in Brazil in vacation for a month without training at all, actually. And I got I hurt a little bit. I had a little bit injury, a small injury. And we talked to each other, said, let's go home, see your family this year. I think this year they're not going to call. So relax, enjoy your family, no training at all. Let's taking care of your little injury, and you come back in a month, back in Las Vegas. And then he got the call on Saturday, like crazy call, and just you know what? You gotta lose the weight. You gotta just actually no days for training because it was Saturday over there in Brazil when he got a call. He was with his family. And then he had to go to the consulate on Monday and asking me, please give me the passport the next day or now so I can travel. Made to Las Vegas on Wednesday, lose weight on Thursday, weigh in on Friday, and fight on Saturday. So was a marathon. Yeah, was really weird. The flight was like 20-something hours, stop all over the place. So when you go to the airplane for how many hours, you get bloated, for the water retention. Was but it is what it is.
Yeah. And how was that weight cut? Was it amongst some of the toughest weight cuts you've had in your career, being it was such a short notice fight, being all the circumstances you guys just laid out?
Como é que foi o teu corte de peso? Foi o corte de peso mais difícil da tua carreira? Porque foi tão pouco tempo para cortar? Como é que foi isso aí?
Então, na verdade, a gente procura sempre fazer um camp bem, né, para estar com qualidade muscular e se alimentando bem. A gente fez o mágica, né, o máximo possível para descer o peso. Fizemos lá, né, eu fiz sozinho, né, mas, né, com o camp certo, a qualidade muscular é outra, né, a cabeça é outra, então foi uma loucura mesmo, realmente.
Yeah, it was very crazy. It was the good thing is he wasn't training at all, so the muscular issue, that was make it easier to drop weight, so when he was training hard, conditioning training, weightlifting, so he of course he gained a lot of muscle and then it's hard to drop it. So it was tough, of course, was tough. Everything was tough, but I start cutting my weight on Saturday when they call me. I close my mouth, no carbs, just a lot of water. And then we did it. We did it because we are professionals, we know the mission, and that's it. But I don't want to have another crazy week like that. It was way too crazy, way too much.
And obviously most fighters, you know, you guys would like more time than a short notice fight, especially when you're making your debut in a promotion like the UFC, right? So I kind of wonder, how different do you think this fight would have been if Carlos had a whole camp to prepare for a guy like Cody, a guy with that style?
Oh, that's for me the question or for him?
For both of you.
Ok. I'll tell you, como ele perguntou como seria diferente você com quem está treinando lutar por Cody. I think in my coach opinion, and also as a fighter, you know, opinion, Cody, he left everything that he had that day in the octagon to hold Carlos. You know, he couldn't go one more round, and Carlos could. You know, you can see back in the backstage after the fight, the difference between those two. It's incredible. Like Cody was like, people was like just holding to be standing up. Carlos just walking normally. Of course, he didn't do much in the fight because we are kind of, what can I say? It's just tricky because there's no training for 35 days at all in a vacation, you know, far away from the training, far away from everything. It's tough to realize that, hey, if you do too much here, you might be tired, you know. So let's hang on over there, do whatever you can do right now. We'll move on to the next round and see if we can knock him out or something like that. But I'm telling you the truth, like, man, not because I'm his coach,
Sure.
but as a coach of MMA, for me, there is like one round of Carlos in a good camp, you know, one round for sure. You know, he won't be able to take Carlos down like that. You know, I can guarantee you, because like I said, it's every day we wrestles like guys at Division One, even for Olympic team from Iran or from US or from Russia. You know, it just occur. You know, we know that we lost that one, but you know, there was a lot of things like, you know, we'll be talking here in the backstage before the fight.
Yeah, of course. And then, you know, when I'm watching the fight, of course, there was something said on commentary from, I think it was Dominic Cruz or Bisping, and they were talking about how maybe he needed more to drill more of the takedown defense and this, that, and the other. But I don't think they brought up the fact one time that it was a short notice fight, right? So, I mean, would you agree with that? I mean, I think it's a lot more to it than just to say, looking at that fight and saying, oh, well, you know, he needs to improve his takedown defense, right? Because I'm sure maybe a lot of people thought that, but given the circumstances, given what happened before the fight, you know, I'm sure a lot of people could think differently, right?
Perfect point of view. Perfect, 100%. It surprised me a lot, even like those guys like Dominic Cruz and Michael Bisping, they were fighters. Dominic, I think he's still, I don't remember if he retired or not, but it just, it's the whole package, you know. When they call you like 5 days before the fight and you're in a different country, very far away, and are not training at all, there's a lot of issue. Of course, if you take the fight, we're going to take the responsibility for the results, no matter, you know, like we know that. But the what makes me like a really, like, oh my God, man, you know, if you had like at least 3 weeks of a camp, you know, I'm not asking not even for 3 months or 2 months, just 3 weeks, just give us 3 weeks, you know, because the problem was like, even like as a coach, you know, tell him, hey, Carlos, get up, put your hands on the ground, walk, go to the fence and get up. It's tough because, like, as I say, almost 40 days without training. How can I tell him just to get up and say, spend all the energy? I'm sorry, guys. Okay. So you spend all the energy, you know, so we really need to be very cautious in that fight, you know, like hang on there, you know. We know that he's not going to be able to do anything to you on the ground. We know that already. So let's go to the next round, you know, stand up and back again. We know about like a little injury he has, and he's been taking care a lot here right now in the UFC, the PI, you know. So it's the whole package, my friends. That's you know, we don't regret anything. We just don't say, oh man, we're gonna do this if. There's no if. You know, we just wanna for sure another shot, you know, with a good time of training, a camp. And then he's gonna be a totally different savage and animal in that octagon.
Definitely. And Carlos, is it exciting to, to be able to get back in there with a full camp and actually show people this time around, what you could actually do, right? Because you're a great fighter, man. And a lot of people that might just watch the UFC, not other promotions, they don't really know a lot of guys who are just coming in for the first time that have great backgrounds, right? So I think you have a great opportunity to prove people wrong. Are you excited about that?
Você está assim, excitado, né? Você está com vontade de mostrar para as pessoas o seu verdadeiro potencial com um camp inteiro, enfim, porque muitas pessoas só olham um UFC e não têm a ideia do seu background em em outros eventos, entendeu? Então você está excited to go full camp, full prepare?
Sim, com certeza, né, cara? A gente sabe do nosso potencial, né? E eu sei, né, da minha capacidade que eu levei ali para a luta ali, não foi nem 30% do que eu tenho, né? Com um camp, né? 100%, né, fisicamente, mentalmente, né? O público, com certeza, ele vai amar ver minhas lutas, assim como amava no LFA, né? Nos outros eventos que eu lutei. Então, com certeza, né? Super excited.
Yeah, I'm very excited because at that day at the fight, there's, like I said, no excuses. I was there, but I was not even 30% of my capacity, not only in the body, mentally, to put everything organized, a camp, be a professional, go to the whole journey, to get to the peak of the fight. That's what we do so well. That's what I did the last fight in LFA to get the belt against the Russian. So we had an incredible camp. So I can't wait. I can't wait to go back and show, all the work, all the potential, like 100%. Yeah, we know that they're not gonna do it again, like 5 days notice, So he's back in Vegas here. He's training. We're training. He's eating healthy now. He's eating good. He has all the meals. He's taking care of the little injury he has. So he's gonna be ready, what we can tell you, like in 3 weeks, he's gonna be a whole different fighter.
Yeah, I mean, come on, UFC. Give the guy a full camp, let him compete, get in there. You know what I mean? Like, give him a shot, man. Like, he's a good fighter. You know what I'm saying? Come on. So let me ask you this, Carlos, specifically, aside from all that, right? And that's all plays a huge factor, right? What aside from that, was there anything about his technique or anything he was doing in there that was making it difficult to get back up?
Tinha alguma coisa diferente nas técnicas dele? Tá dificultando você levantar na luta, você voltar pro strike, na parte do strike?
Não, eu não senti ele diferente, não senti ele muito forte, né? Mas a questão foi o momento dele, foi o dia dele, ele fez tudo que tinha ali para fazer para sair com a vitória e, né, não é botando desculpa, mas houve muitas coisas, né, atrás dessa luta aí que a gente não pode falar, que os fãs não sabem, então, foi mais um dia ruim, só isso.
It's like it was just a bad day at the office, like Cody, he done for that fight a complete camp, and he left everything that he had, his soul, his body, his sweat, his blood. He left it in the octagon for those 15 minutes, and he couldn't move even his legs after the fight. So, that's his day. Nobody can take that away from him. For Cody, there was no excuses for his day. But I don't felt him strong. I don't felt him like a different level with any area, any aspect that I think that he, could bring something new to the party. No, I didn't. So, but it was his day.
Yeah, 100%. And, my question for Carlos, right, is there's a difference between what you think is going to happen next and what you want, what your dreams are, right? Because in a perfect world, you would take all the best fights possible, right? But it's not up to you necessarily. What are your goals right now, right? Because you've won the LFA championship already. You've already won a championship in a promotion of that caliber. Like, are you looking to, get into a promotion like the UFC, capture the championship? Is that your next goal? Is that next on the list for you?
Na próxima, já conquistou um cinturão do LFA, que enfim, é um grande evento, uma organização. E às vezes vão te mandar uns lutadores que não é o que você quer, e é o que é a realidade que tem no UFC.
Uhum.
Qual é o seu gol pro UFC? Qual é o que você, o seu foco pro UFC?
Eu sempre, desde o início da minha carreira, eu sempre procurei treinar para ser o número 1, né? Onde quer que eu esteja. E no UFC não vai ser diferente. Eu vou trabalhar muito, vou evoluir, vou aprender, né? Eu sei que eu tenho capacidade de ser campeão dessa divisão e isso não vai ser diferente. Isso vai acontecer um dia.
When I start training, when I start fighting, I knew like I was made to be number one. Of course, the UFC belt, that's the goal, and I'm gonna get there. I'm working really hard. I always did, So unfortunately, like of course, a short notice like that, of course, it's kind of a bad day for me, a sad day for me, for my coach. We're not expecting that, but from now on, we're gonna be 100% ready. No matter who's gonna step in my way, I'm gonna be 100%, and I'm gonna do my job.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I didn't go to the UFC to be a just ordinary and mediocre fighter. I'm here in the UFC to make a statement, and I'm going for that.
And I think the potential for you is limitless, man. I fully wholeheartedly believe that. Now, Francisco, you said in an interview right in the past that you guys have almost like a Bluetooth connection kind of thing, right? Between the two of you in training. That's not something that comes overnight. Like, how long have you two been together? How long you two been training?
We almost a decade doing all the training, all the exercises, building, every aspect of Carlos, not only the techniques in boxing, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, and judo, not only that, it's more like a emotional body that we believe a lot, the energy, the issue of conditioning training, putting all the package together and be ready and get ready for all the wars that we've been going to. You guys just think about it. His second fight, we went to England, fight a guy that has more than 13 fights and 11 wins. He only got one fight. So we've been there, we've been to incredible challenges, and we know the capacity and the capability of Carlos, to be the world champion in the UFC also. And the Bluetooth is because I feel the energy every day. I already know him, the way he moves, all the total package, the body, spiritual, and mind. We gotta be on that every day. You gotta feed that. You gotta invest in that. So that makes a hell of difference in an athlete. He's just not a number. He's someone that really want to get this belt, and we're moving forward for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And Carlos, I mean, as far as Francisco goes, right? Like, what has he meant for you as far as your growth in the sport?
Como é que você vê a relação comigo que te deixou para você crescer nesse esporte?
O meu treinador, né, Francisco Bueno, foi como um pai para mim, né, um pai, mas não só um pai, como um treinador, um amigo, né, que fez toda a diferença na minha carreira, na minha vida, né, que me deixou forte ali, né, confiante ali na hora me deixa forte, né, da luta, e a gente tem uma conexão muito boa ali, e quando a gente está 100% conectado, é difícil de parar a gente.
He was like a dad for me, a friend. He gives a lot of strength, emotional strength, not only the techniques that we've been working, when we connect 100%, we have like a great vibe together. When you go get ready for a fight, so excited because we know that we're gonna get there. You're gonna be unstoppable. Fight is a fight. We know that it's every day. We got a bad day. But what we're doing right now, it's like a make our bad or worst day a horrible day for the opponent. So that's what we've been doing, like a training, really, really different right now, covering all the aspect, it's very excited, very excited, to be here, to have another, to have a contract with the UFC. And because we knew it, we knew just if it was one fight, we wouldn't take that fight. Can you imagine the guy in a vacation in Brazil with the family, for almost 40 days and no training, and it's just because of the
Crazy.
contracts, we're going, you know, so we're going. So because we knew that we know our capacity, you know, we do know for sure.
Crazy, man. I mean, and how long have you guys been training together? Like how many years?
Almost 10.
Wow, crazy.
Yeah, almost 10
Wow.
years.
So you've seen him sort of develop from a young man to the, to the fighter
Yeah.
that he is now, the man he is now, right?
Oh, exactly, man. A lot of training, man. A lot of, you know, a lot of uh, deep training, as I said, as emotional stuff, nervous system, breathing, you know, building all the real muscles, you know, it's just putting everything together. It's a whole package, you know, it's a journey that we've been doing like almost 10 years, you know, like, it has been great, you know, of course, for us and for myself, the last fight, it doesn't show at all. Like he said, less than 30% of his capacity, but the people don't know that. They all they want to see is like the results. But like you brought up perfectly, it was a perfect point of view. Like, hey, people don't realize not only the short notice, but what he's been doing to that camp, you know, so it's crazy.
Yeah, and question for Carlos, right? I kind of want to, look ahead now, right? When do you think we'll see you back at 100%? Like, are you looking to get back in there anytime soon?
Você tá querendo voltar logo e lutar? Quando eles vão te olhar 100% pronto para lutar?
Cara, hoje eu tô bem melhor que, né, na luta que eu fiz aí, nessa última luta. Um mês aí eu já acredito que eu vou estar 100% aí, podendo mostrar o meu trabalho aí.
It's been like less than 2 weeks since I fought.
Yeah.
And right now already, I feel 100 times better than I was in the day of the fight. You know,
Wow.
I've been training daily here. You know, right after we fought on Saturday, on Monday, I was been training already. You know, so and now I have my routine. You know, and like a month from now, I can get a call. Nobody, I don't care who is gonna be. You know, I'm gonna be ready. You know, a month from now, 4 weeks. All we need from now is 4 weeks, and then we can go step in the octagon and show me who Carlos is.
I think it's very reassuring to see that to know rather that I'm going to see Carlos back into the UFC octagon. That's again very exciting. And I got one last question for Carlos, right? What can the fans expect to see, man? Like, do you have any final messages for the fans? Like, what can we expect to see from you the next time we see you in there, right? I'm sure you're working hard every single day to become a better fighter, right?
Os fãs, a galera pode esperar de você na tua próxima luta, quando você subir no octagon. Qual é a sua, sabe, o que eles podem esperar de você realmente?
Vão esperar um atleta pronto, né? Treinado, né? Bem de cabeça, tendo feito o camp 100% sem ser em cima da hora, né? Um atleta com fome, com vontade, com sangue nos olhos.
You guys can expect a whole different savage animal because I'm going to be ready. You know, I'm going to be everything. The package is going to be ready 100% mentally, physical. Don't matter what, you guys going to see incredible fighter for sure. So that is a statement. I'm so hungry right now. I just can't wait, to feed that.
Man, I love that, Carlos. I'm excited for you. I'm excited, man. I think you got a very bright future ahead of you. And I, for one, will be watching to see what lies ahead, man. So that about wraps it up, guys. Carlos Mota, his trainer, Francisco, thanks so much for joining the show, sharing the crazy experience up to that fight, which is something I think a lot of people didn't know. And a lot of people also didn't talk about, which is kind of important details, right? I'm excited about your future, what's next, and best of luck.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having us over here. Thank you, everybody. See you guys very soon.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for support. See you soon.